Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I gonna share some tips for being fluent in English. When I was learning speaking English, that time I used to face this problem that I used to understand everything, but when it comes to speaking, that time I used to get stuck. And I know that it happens with everybody. That time I was unable to speak in English at all, understanding every single word that somebody would say to me. I could understand English completely, but that time I was not able to respond. So that's why I can understand everything about learning this process. So I will share something with you. I am sure you would mark yourself, most of you would mark yourself who don't understand this language. So for English, we already have a great head start, at least we understand the language. I know you are getting, but so we already have a great head start with English because we already understand this language. So we are not starting from zero really. We do understand the language, that's why. So we have a certain knowledge of a few things about English. So it's easier, simple, it's much easier than rest of the language. You want to understand this. I am telling you, you need to hear this from me that this is not your mother tongue. This is not your mother tongue, I know. So I mean, how are you supposed to be as fluent in English as you are in your mother tongue? You could never be, I believe, never be, because mother tongue is something that we blessed with and we are naturally good at it. Like if you are speaking Hindi, so you are very fluent and you are very good at it. So we are naturally heroes at it. But for any other language, you need to put in some work, and that is what we are trying to do here. So you have to train your mind for speaking English, training yourself on speaking, because speaking is a separate activity altogether, and you need to put in fresh effort and train yourself from the start in order to do this properly. And then there are two things that are missing here that you need to start working on. First, proactive. Now the good thing is that you have already understood it, so it's not going to be that difficult for you. All you need to do is start proactively practicing to speak in English, and to start speaking it anywhere. If you find any person at your workplace who could understand your English, you could talk he could talk to you. For that you have to start effort from yourself. So I would allot a certain time period of my day to proactively practice to speak English. I will say that 20 to 25 minutes a day is a good start for you if you really want to be fluent. Let us start with that and do it for the next 2 months with full zeal and vigor practicing. Learning to speak in English for 20 minutes in a day, and it helps you create a real world, and it will help you to create English speaking environment for yourself. With yourself, that you will start thinking in English, which I feel is one of the best ways to learn and master this language, because I know I will not practice, so it will also make me very nervous for making videos. This is definitely required of showing certain courage and bravery. I know if you start, sometime you feel hesitant. I know sometimes you feel scared of the language. You scared people would make fun of you, but you will not have to think about that. They are going to mock you. Don't think much about that. One must face this thing. Nobody cares about you as much as you do. So go ahead, don't think much. There is no better way to learn anything than to actively do it yourself. So you have to show courage for being fluent. You have to be brave. Don't wait for right time. Start where you are right now. For the situation to be created around you, for somebody to come up to you and speak to you in the language, you could actively do it for yourself. Make such a situation where you are required to speak the language. Go and speak with any person who could understand your accent. Somebody who is standing alone, and just go talk about what's going on in anywhere like office, and where are you working. Do not gossip sometimes things. So I hope if you are able to do translation, you know some vocabularies, some phrasal verbs. You have to speak, that's when you will be fluent. Speak the language. If somebody is coming up to you and talking to you, instead of running away, escaping, do not be in escape mode. Never be in escape mode, I would say. So if you want to learn something new, show up for yourself. Somebody is coming up to you and talking to you, don't run away, because I also felt that. That's why I am sharing this thing with you. Talk to that person back, talk to him or her, do as much as you can. Nobody asking you to be fluent, because in the initial part everybody hesitate. So whatever you have got, play with whatever you have got, and once you start getting your command over the language, you will realize that it's not a big deal. It's like it will feel like piece of cake for you. You are making a big deal out of it. It's not a big deal. Starting is always difficult. I know it's always difficult. Think of the last relationship you have started. Was it easy? It's never too easy. It's always difficult in the beginning. And this is just a new relationship that is going to flourish between you and the language. It's going to be difficult in the beginning. Look at it this way. Okay, and I must say that you understand whenever you read this language, but you get stuck when it comes to speaking. But you will have to speak whatever you know, no matter how many times you make mistake while speaking, because if you will not gonna speak, you will not gonna be fluent in this language. And people learn anything, like they learn vocabularies, they learn phrasal verbs, they know how to make sentences, but when it comes to speaking, they don't start. So go ahead, start English conversation for being fluent. And if you speak, then gradually you will become confident. And when you do this process regularly, at least 1 or 2 months, then after that you will feel confident. And when you will become confident, that time you must enjoy this process, and you love to do this every day. So I know that doing translation and reading newspaper or reading books, it's easy. People just hesitate in speaking. So I must help all of you in this journey, because I have also felt a lot of difficulties. But it's my thought process that once I decided to be fluent, then no one gonna stop me to do this. So you have to make commitment with yourself that I have to be fluent no matter how much time I will gonna take. So go ahead, don't think much, because if you just keep overthinking, you'll not gonna be fluent. And if you keep thinking that if I will speak, someone will laugh at me, so don't think all this nonsense. And you have to show courage to speak over this language. And I know that sometimes you speak, and if you don't remind vocabularies, that time you quit very soon. So you have to go ahead of that fear, and you have to be confident. So for being confident, I used to say, and right now I am saying as well, that start speaking wherever you are, whatever you know, just start speaking, and that's how you will become very fluent in this language. And if you start once, I know you make some mistake, I also made many mistake, but that's when you feel very good, you will enjoy if you love to do this. So that's what I wanted to share with you, and thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. We'll next meet